ドジャースの投手陣を支えているベン・カスペリアス投手。リリーフでも先発でも安定感があり離脱者の多い中でチームをしっかりとカバーしています。ドジャースネーションの番組で DMAC からインタビューを受け、今季の活躍や新人王の候補に上がっていることや大谷翔平選手との投手リレーパドレス戦などについて語りました。
What is up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome back to Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. And here I have my breakout player from February, my guy to win National League Rookie of the Year. I'm putting it out there right now, 1.4 F-WAR, only behind Drake Baldwin. Ben, what a year it's been for you so far, my man.
It's been fun. Got to be able to come out here, compete with these guys, selfishly think we're the best team in baseball, so to be a part of this and get to go to work with these guys every day has been special.
Yeah, I was talking to Dave and he just really credits you and praises you for your ability to be flexible and be a team player. I mean, you start this season, you know what your role is going to be, then it's a multi-inning reliever, a high leverage reliever, a starter. Now you're in this role where it's going to be like Kobe and Shaq, you and Shohei Ohtani maybe going back and forth in the game. Just talk about your mindset this season and kind of going from role to role.
Yeah, I think the main thing is just keep everything as simple as possible, whether I'm going out there to get 3 outs, 6, 9, turn the lineup over a few times. Just try to keep everything simple. And I think that all starts with my preparation in the weight room, the training room, and just honestly day-to-day catch play, stuff like that. And not make any moment too big or, any situation harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, your fastball velocity, it's up 95.5 miles per hour to 96.2 miles per hour. Are you different physically this year? Are you bigger, stronger? You had a whole off season to work. I mean, you're putting the work in this season. Just are you bigger physically?
I think I probably lost a little bit of weight. I think in general, lifting wise, I'm probably around the same. I just think I've just cleaned up some stuff. I kept it simple. I think the conviction behind every pitch is a little bit better. I think typically in years past, take the, step off the gas a little bit to throw a strike or this or that. And, for me, it's just, trust what I'm throwing and, give it everything I've got, hard through the zone.
Yeah, you mentioned that as far as being a key to your success, keeping it simple. What's something specific about that? Is it the pitch mix? I mean, we were seeing more cutter from you this year's sweeper. Is it the mix? Is it the conviction? What exactly is it?
I think it starts with going 0-1 on guys. Just, hey, we need to get ahead. You make really good hitters, average hitters if you get to 0-1. And obviously it doesn't matter who's in the box, but going 1-0, 2-0 on a guy just gives them a better chance to see more pitches. And at the end of the day, it's just stick to the game plan. Our guys do a really good job with that, so that's part of the reason why it's easier to just go through a game and not have to worry too much about what I need to do.
Yeah, as far as the routine, as far as being in different spots, has that changed at all? Has that evolved a little bit as you've gone from someone that maybe one day wakes up, I'm going to be a starter, and then it's really been that's got to be different.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's again too the way for me to kind of go about that is to just treat every day the same. They obviously communicate really well with me, so I think on those days I do kind of know what's expected or at least what the game plan is. But again too, I think I take a lot of pride in just being able to kind of fill in these different type of roles. And right now if it's piggybacking Shohei or giving a little bit more length earlier in the game, it's something I've been used to the last 3 or 4 years, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and your long-term goal still is to be a starting pitcher one day, right? But what can you learn this year with this different role, reliever, high leverage reliever, multi-reliever, that you think you can take in the future when you get back to being a starter?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I've learned is as a reliever, it's I'm going out there for the most part to get 3 guys out. Don't take anything off any pitch. Just stay present in what I'm trying to do. Get ahead in counts, and I think that's really helped me navigate 2, 3 innings, 4 innings at a time through a lineup.
Yeah, and Dave kind of mentioned possibility of pitching on Sunday. It'll be his second time pitching after Shohei Ohtani, possibly. I mean, just kind of how exciting is that? I mean, this is a guy, global phenom, I mean, best player in baseball, just to kind of come in. And what have you kind of learned from him just watching him pitch now?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool the other night to kind of be part of that. His first time throwing in a Dodger uniform. What he's able to do on a baseball field is pretty incredible. So just to be a part of that and kind of have my name etched in with his on certain days where he's going out there has been cool. And he does it as good as anybody in the league, so it's good to have him back out there.
Yeah, I know you guys get asked a lot about Shohei, so I don't want to take any limelight away from you because I want to make something very clear. You're someone who's right in the mix to be a National League Rookie of the Year candidate. What would that mean to you to just be in that mix and who knows, maybe even win that?
It's cool. Again, too, I think I came into the year, we were talking in spring training about the idea of if I'm going to make the opening day roster or not, am I going to Japan or not. So just to kind of get past those milestones for me and just, get a little bit more comfortable day to day has been great. And I think just to be in those conversations is pretty cool, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was talking to Bob Guerin a little bit, and he told me he thinks that your start in the World Series at Yankee Stadium did a lot for your confidence. Is that true?
For sure. I think that was probably the most important thing in my career mentally for me up until this point. Just being in that atmosphere, facing that lineup, and then obviously just the coaching staff having trust in me to go out there and whether it was 2 innings or being ready for another game after that, just to be given the ball in that situation was pretty special. And I learned a lot from that series and just kind of going throughout the playoffs with a bunch of veteran guys that have been have done it before.
Yeah, and the fans would be mad at me if I didn't ask you about the series against the Padres. I mean, what'd you see last night? Because I saw when Shohei got hit, it was Curse hopping over the dugout, but I zoomed into you, and it looked like it was go time with you too, potentially. And what'd you see? And just kind of, look, we know boys will be boys as baseball, but I mean, how much does a series like that in June, for a team like this, long season, what does that kind of do for the mindset, just having a big-time matchup like that?
Yeah, I mean, those are playoff games almost. That atmosphere, emotions are high like that, and I just think to come out of there 3-1 at home, especially what we did, the past week at their place, it's been great. We're playing good ball, and I think we held our ground well, and at the end of the day, we came out with a series win, and that's really all that matters.
What do you think about how Shohei handled that? Because 100, right, in the middle of the numbers, he's a better man than I am, right? How'd you think of how he handled? They kind of waved you guys off. The classiest guy in baseball, right?
No, he is, and I think that's one of the coolest things about him is what he's able to do physically on the field every year, and just being the type of player he is, type of guy, just as humble as he is, as hardworking as he is, but. Yeah, I don't think anybody knew how that was going to go until he kind of started waving us down. So it was classy, and I don't think we would expect anything different from him.
Yeah, I was talking to Justin Robleski, and he was telling me it's so cool that you, Jack, him, all these young guys, you got all these superstar future Hall of Famers, but now you've got this young core. You guys, Andy Paz, how cool is it to have the same success all together at the same time like that?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, regardless of what roles we're in, I think just to be here with as much star power as we have, Hall of Fame guys we have, and talent. I've seen Andy go out throughout the minor leagues, and the way he started the season, and to be able to pick up off of that has been incredible. And he's an all-star in my book. I mean, I think he should be starting in center field, come July. But it's been great. It's everybody's kind of holding their ground. Everybody knows what's expected, and I think the culture in general just kind of pushes us to be the best version of ourselves every day.
Are you guys going with that nickname, the Big Dog, with Paez? Is that something that's real? There's been some talk that that's his nickname because of what Machado said.
I think so. I like it. I mean, if there was anybody that deserves the title, it's him. So he's been playing great ball. It's honestly he's out of all the teams we've played, the guys on our team, he's been one of the most fun guys to watch go do his thing, especially defensively too. Obviously, as well of an offensive season he's having. What he does in center and right is absolutely incredible. I haven't really seen anything like it before.
As far as the communication that you've had with Dave and just everyone behind the scenes about your role, what have they told you, and just kind of what has that communication been like throughout the season? Because it's so impressive to see how you've handled your role all year.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just they're open about things. They communicate. Obviously, they teased being stretched out a little bit earlier on in the year in Miami. I had that start, and I think I went 4 innings and got up to about 70 pitches or so. But they make it easy on me to at least kind of be able to gather everything mentally and get ready for what the week looks like. And I know our schedule has a lot to do with what they're trying to do with me in terms of length. So it's been great. I feel good right now physically, so just gonna kind of keep riding that wave and see what happens and what they need.
As far as your build-up, how many innings, how many pitches are you at right now?
I threw 3 2/3 and 62 pitches, so I would assume probably closer to that 70 pitch mark. So hopefully 4 or 5 or whatever they can get out of me. And I feel like I've been, for the most part, it felt pretty good throughout my outings.
Great stuff. We got some quick ones here. So that now, I mean, you're a basketball fan. The Guggenheim Group, Mark Walter, bought a share in the Lakers. If you had to pick you and 4 of your other Lakers or Dodgers teammates for a 5-on-5 pickup, who do you think you'd pick?
That's tough, man. I'll take Emmett Sheehan. I've seen him play. He's big body, he's physical. I'm going to take Glasnow too because I think he's the tallest guy on the team and he's wiry and strong. I haven't seen him play hoops, but
front line together.
Yeah. Robo's a good athlete. I would take him as a guard. I've seen him play a little bit. It's 4. We need a small forward.
Someone's telling me that River Ryan could dunk.
River's a really good athlete. I haven't seen him play hoops, but I think in terms of height and where we're at, I'm going to take Blake Snell because I think he's a pretty good basketball player from what I've heard.
That's a squad right there. Okay, who's the most active in the group chat?
Probably Miguel Rojas. Maybe Kike.
Kike?
Those two, yeah, I would say those two for sure.
Those would be some top guesses. Okay, is there someone famous that you've met being a Dodger that really sticks out? You're like, wow, I'm a Dodger. It just kind of sticks out to you?
Magic Johnson was a cool meet. Like, he's around a lot, so like I've met him a couple times now, but he's a really good guy. I grew up obviously, diehard basketball fan, so just to kind of kick it with him and talk basketball has been cool. Trying to think. I'll go with him for now. He's the best for sure.
Magic, I mean, his presence, man. Yesterday was crazy, all the celebrities here. Favorite pregame hype music? I mean, we know you like your awesome walkout. I mean, your awesome warm song with Lil Baby.
I kind of switch it up. I'll go EDM some games, rap other games, but I kind of try to just keep it loose and not like super rigid with what I'm listening to. But I would say EDM and rap, probably back and forth.
Do you have a favorite pregame meal?
Pregame meal? I would say probably steak and rice is usually, I mean, we pretty much have that for most days, but I think probably that and some fruit too.
What would you rate the Dodgers City Connect on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably like an 8. I like it. It's comfortable too, so I think last year was a little bit heavier and thicker, but I like our unis.
You guys are 3-0 in those, and you score a ton of runs. I mean, there's some magic to those. Nickname on the team. So I've heard people call you Benny C. I've heard some people call you Caspi. I mean, what nickname do you like, and what is kind of the go-to?
Probably Caspi. Yeah. That's probably the most used name. I grew up as BC, so a lot of people called me that, but Caspi is probably the most used. I like that one.
Awesome. Okay, a couple more here. Bar fight. You got to pick 2 of your Dodgers teammates. This is a good question after what happened yesterday. Who would you pick? Your 2 Dodgers teammates to help you win a bar fight?
Bonda and Kopech.
You were quick with those.
Yeah, I knew that immediately. Yeah.
Is the Dodgers and Padres a rivalry?
For sure. I mean, there's just a little bit of a difference in the air. I think our fans too, their fans, what's happened the last few years in the playoffs too. And I know we have a long-standing rivalry with the Giants too, but I think I think our fans get up for those games. I think their fans do too, so it's hard not to say it's not,
Accept it. And there's juice there. You can't deny the tension. Okay, last one here. Best baseball advice you've ever seen. It can be short, it can be sweet, but there's anything that comes to mind when you have just best baseball advice. Got a lot of young baseball players watch this show.
Just say be you. Honestly, at the end of the day, stick to your routine, what works for you. It's going to be different than everybody else in some way. So I think just, being comfortable in your own skin, doing what you need to do to feel good enough to compete, and just don't be afraid out there. Don't show any fear, and just stay in an attack mindset at all times.
Awesome. Well, there he is, Ben Casperius, NL Rookie of the Year candidate. Go follow him on Twitter and Instagram. Buy all the stock now while it's still available. There probably shouldn't be many left, but there he goes, and congrats on the season you're having. We'll catch you with you a little later, my man.
カスペリアス投手の自信と落ち着きが印象的なインタビューでした。リリーフでも先発でも役割を全うしチームに信頼されているのが伝わってきます。大谷選手へのリスペクトや投手リレーについても貴重な話を聞くことができました。今後の活躍と新人王レースからも目が離せません。